Hey guys, welcome back to another Access 72 video, and in today's video I'm back with another interview. I'm here with Nico Mitchell, or Michael, sorry if I pronounced that wrong. How are we doing, man?
I'm all good, are you?
I'm doing great, man. Thank you very much for coming on the channel.
No problem.
Lovely stuff. So, am I right in saying you're a 28-year-old bantamweight who's 3-0?
I'm 28. I boxed the same day as bantamweight.
Okay.
So day before weighing, I will be a super flyweight, which I can make with the correct way of doing it. But I'm not killing myself to make that on the same day weighing. I can make bantamweight with food and the correct diet and nutrition, so it works for me. I get down to about 4% body fat, and that's it.
Lovely stuff. Yeah, no, that's good. But so, are you maybe thinking to be campaigning at bantamweight?
To begin with, as in, so my neck, I think I'm looking at potentially doing a 6 rounder next, which then, as a rule, if you've been scheduled to box for a 6 rounder and you compete in that, you're eligible to then start looking and going for titles and stuff. So once I've got the six rounder in the bank, then I will start looking at see what the options are. Do I want to stay at Bandom? Is there an opportunity to super fly or drop down to it? Go from there, really. So one step at a time. I was trying to get that last win out of the way before we had to chat. You know, there's some stuff to focus on.
Yes, of course. And so, just to start off the question, which I always like to start off with, why did you start boxing?
Well, when I was young, like say 7, I was quite hyperactive. So mum was giving me some hobby sport. Back then it was kickboxing, just to keep me busy and active. And then stopped doing that for a bit when I was about 13, 14, and then fell in with life of growing up as a lad, meeting girls, doing what I wanted, drinking, blah, blah, blah. And it wasn't until, I think I was about 20, I just woke up and had one of those sort of epiphany things. And I woke up and I thought, what are you doing? You're a fighter. And at that point I thought, well, I'm old now, I don't use my legs. One of my friends I used to kickbox with has gone professional, he's like 10 and I thought, I'm going boxing, I can make money in boxing. I've got a foundation there, not boxing foundation, but a fighter's foundation. I know what it is to fight, I know how to fight. And at 20, started boxing gym, and then did my first few fights at 64 kilos. Mental. And then met James, my current coach, stuck with him. He said he seen potential and wanted me to go into pro. I was like, let's do it. And then that was it. Now we live and breathe it.
Yes, indeed, man. And so did you kind of have much of an amateur background in boxing, or not really?
I only had 13 amateurs.
Okay.
So I had 4 at the first boxing gym I joined, and I don't really count those. Although, like, it was all of it rushed. I was 64 kilo. I'm not a 64 kilo fighter. I'm about 5'5".
Yeah.
I'm a bantamweight, super flyweight fighter. So you can imagine I was against big lads, and I was 2-2. I won 2, lost 2. I took my first fight. The coach rang me the day before and said, "There's a fight for you tomorrow if you want it." I was eating my dinner. I didn't even know what making weight was. It was like, yeah, okay, I'll just go. Got the first out of the way, and then had 9 with James, my current coach. I think I won like 7 of them, and then 2 of them, one of them was for the East Mids title, which was close on his home show. But I think I won it, but I can't be disappointed. It was a close fight. And then the other one was in front of Idris Elba because he was front row and in at the York Hall. And I absolutely bullied that kid and somehow lost, but yeah. And then so pro suits you more. It's more chess, it's more skills, more time, more rounds. Not who can throw the most punches in 6 minutes.
Yeah. No.
That's what you transition over.
Indeed. And so, I mean, so far, of course, things going very well for you, man. And so, which one out of these 3 wins you've had would you say you've performed your best in?
Performed the best? I'd probably say Jake Pollard. I didn't perform well in this fight. Not as well as I. When you come out of a fight, you feel like, yeah, I did well, I did good. I felt there was a lot more. I guess it's always a good thing, but I felt there was a lot more room for improvement in the things I was been practicing that I didn't do because it just happens. But the last one, Jake, it was to be fair, a good performance from my debut as well. Debut was a bit interesting, getting stuck into your first 4 3-minute round. So that was a case of don't gas yourself out, Nico, box. So I got used to that. Second one, Jake, I think it was the second round, I caught him with a left hook and split his eye, made his arm massive. After that, he come guns blazing for me, so that made it a challenge. and then I actually got to be switched on and box him. And then the last lad, Nabil, lovely lad, but I remember catching him just after the weigh-in. Bear in mind, both Jake and Nabil come in about 2 kilos heavier than me, so it's pretty annoying anyway. But because I made an event that last fight, and before the fight, he went, the main event, yeah, let's put on a show. So at that point, I knew he was game. I knew he was coming to try and cause an upset. And he did. He really did come and try and cause an upset. He come at me for 4 rounds. So that it was probably the toughest fight, was the last one. But performance-wise, probably my second one and my first one.
Of course. Well, congratulations on your recent victory either way, man. And so would you say that now you have had these 3 fights that you're kind of, maybe to an extent, a little bit more settled in the pro game, maybe feeling a bit less nerves going into fights now?
I think so, yeah. So, yeah, the whole warming up stage, I don't really feel the nerves, really. It's just when you, I guess I speak full boxers here, it was the moment you get your hands done and you just tell yourself, you think, why the fuck am I doing this? But when you come out with a smile on your face, you think, that is why I do this.
Yeah,
the nerves sitting in, it's all right now. So the whole coming in the ring, knowing how long I've got, what I'm durable at, what I can and can't do, how many punches I can throw around to be comfortable, and yeah, I think I'm settling in okay. I'm happy with where I am at the moment, and looking forward to titles. So I can think of titles and money.
Yep, indeed, that's the best combination. And so, what would you say currently is your main motivation?
Well, to keep me going, or what made me get into it? What keeps me going? Probably my family, because I've always done some sort of fighting, younger and now, but when it comes to a fight coming up, my family are behind me, they're backing me, and then when you get to the fight, I've got all my nephews and nieces all in my tops, and my sisters in her tops, brothers in his, my dad's there in the way, he's got all proud. So like, they forget everything and they cheer you. So that motivates me a lot. And when I see the videos back and see them all running around, it's like, yeah, that's what does it. That's what gets me going anyway.
Of course. And so, I mean, I'm presuming you're going to want to be quite active at the moment. And so, do you have a possible date of when you might be back fighting again yet?
Yeah, so BCBL, after the fight, he said September's probably looking ready for September. So I ain't walked up the door yet, but I said, yeah, let's do it. So now I know my medical when that runs out in July. So I'll probably, what's my train of thought? What was I just saying? Yeah, medical. When I get that September date in, I'll then look at getting a medical done probably a couple of weeks before, because I learned from last time, getting it done early, with it runs out very fast. It only lasts a year and it's expensive.
Yeah.
600 for the brain scan, 300 for your Hep B jabs and your actual medical and your eye test. It's adds up. Enough for grand. So I don't waste any days doing that.
Of course, yeah, that's something that maybe a lot of people looking from outside won't look into and see that kind of background. And
I didn't know. I've always wanted to be pro. When a moment walked in the gym, I mean, it's took me 8 years to get there, but I've stuck at it every single day. I don't know the ins and outs, so I thought, worry about that when I get there. And doing that, and then let alone the ticket sales, if you actually want to be a good prospect, you can't box if you can't sell tickets.
Definitely.
You ain't gonna get nowhere. So I'm quite fortunate that my last 3 shows in my hometown, and I'm quite well known in my town, so it benefits me a lot.
Yeah, of course.
I think I should get probably 2 more before the end of the year, September, maybe then November, December. Hopefully finish on a strong year.
Indeed, and I mean, at this point, in the bantamweight division currently, there's not a massive amount of fighters compared to maybe other divisions. So would you say that possibly by the time you maybe are this time next year, maybe 7, 8-0, maybe looking for an English-British title around that point?
Yeah, definitely. Being bantam will be a super fly. I don't really know much about the bantam. I don't really know about any until I get there. I just know, Liam Davis, for example. He's super bantam now, boxing Jason Cunningham next. It was my first ever 3-minute spar, Liam, recently. So I've known Liam for quite some time now. He's the boxer at King's Heath. Yeah, he's tough. Yeah, then you got Ejaz, who's the super flyweight. He's drew a few times boxing fit. I sparred him before. So I've been amongst them all. It's just getting my own foot in that door and saying, this guy's on the scene now, here I am. So rather than not be super far abandoned, we'll worry about that when we get close to the time.
Of course. And so just for yourself, for anybody that's maybe not watched you fight before, what would you say makes yourself interesting as a fighter?
Bring a big crowd, it's entertaining, there's a lot of noise, and I always perform. Maybe not to my best, but I always perform for an outsider to come and watch. I have people come up to me after that fight saying that you've got the best jab I've seen in Hampton since so and so.
Wow.
So I never used to be good at jabbing, so I've been working on things, which obviously work and the showing. So it's quite crazy the amount of support and new following you get after a fight, and that's only a small hall show, and yeah, you wouldn't want to miss it.
Of course.
Well, get a main event on a 4-rounder, then I'm doing something right.
Definitely. And so, I suppose to an extent, from the sounds of it, you do seem like maybe your own hardest critic. Is that right in saying?
Yeah, my dad as well, but yeah, myself. I'll come out of a spar, I'll watch it back, and I'm like, I'll come out of a spar, I think, should have done that, why didn't I do that? Or, yeah, you had a good spar, but you probably should have moved your head a bit more. So there's always something. Probably my hand speed lets me down sometimes. Coach always tells me that, but then again, when you're sparring in 40-ounce gloves, it's hard to have hand speed, especially when you're at a lightweight. So it's just different things. But even that itself, I'm working on. I've got those bands, the resistance bands, that are actually shadow boxing now, as well, so they come back quicker and really different little tweaks you can do.
Of course. So I suppose you'd say maybe to an extent you are a student of the game.
Yeah, I'm learning as I go on every time. If I don't learn, then I've done something wrong in that session. It's like, well, you've just wasted a session if you come out not learning anything. When you have those days, you have the days where you don't want to go to the gym, but those are the days you actually learn.
Yeah, of course. And
I went back to the gym on Monday. I was straight back training.
Wow, fair play, man. I respect that.
So, yeah, we go for it.
Yeah, indeed, man. You're on it, bro. And so I suppose we've kind of spoke about lower level titles, but overall, what's your overall aspiration for boxing? How far can you go?
I've always said sky's the limit. No matter how hard you work, it's not whether or not you're born gifted. It's the amount of work and determination you put in. And I do that. I get to the gym 6 a.m. Before work, I work a full-time job and I train in the evening. So honestly, I'd like to picture myself at world level if I can. I mean, as long as you aim for as high as you can, you'll never be disappointed with what you can come out with. So if I stick that and not in my bank account, then I can't be disappointed in myself if I keep going for it.
Indeed, man, definitely. Well, thank you very much for doing this, man. We'll leave with the last question, which you always like to ask. You've got a little bit of a platform here. Would you like to shout anything out?
Yeah, shout out to all of my sponsors that have helped me come this way. So Cryo helped me with the recovery, Body Equilibrium, who's got my back out and shoulder every time I have a spar. Next Gen Insurance, they've helped me out with my new kit. Project U with the haircuts and stuff. And there's a few other people like Bad Boy Vegan who taught me right out. Their food's the best. So if you haven't tried them, try them. And North Fancy Workwear, who just make my t-shirts, and they follow in a massive support. And where I work now, hardware technologies. So if you're an IT person or you're in IT and your company needs it, shout it.
Brilliant, man. Okay, well, thank you very much.
And obviously, Railbox, everyone there.
Yes, of course, mate. Well, yeah, thank you very much for doing this. Maybe a little bit further along down the line, we can come and have you back on again. Yeah,
I'll happily do another one, mate. No problem. Do one after the next fight.
Lovely stuff, man. Yeah, sure, man. And so, well, thank you very much for doing this. Like the video if you do need like the video. Subscribe if you're new, and thanks for watching.